Lately, I've been noticing things, these tiny little details everywhere I go. They say it's all in the details, in the minute observations, and I think they are creating a sense of uneasiness in me. Today, we are out here discussing brain rot and how it's rewiring our brain little by little for the bad. And well, welcome back to today's POV with Pallavi, where I talk about these cultural-driven topics that affects you and me and the society at large. This is your host Pallavi on 94.3 Radio 1. Let's get started. So imagine you're just back home from work after a really long day. You take your phone out to go through your favorite apps and check your notifications. And for most of us, it's Instagram, right? But the app takes a split second to really reveal your notifications. For most of us, it happens on Instagram on the leftmost corner where the like, the comments and the mentions appear at the same time. But it takes a minute split second, right? Well, that doesn't happen because of your low internet speed. It happens because these tech giants are sort of creating algorithms to work against your mind. Well, it's a very calculated move by tech giants who understands that by creating anticipation, they'll be able to trigger more dopamine levels in your brain, hence ensuring that we get addicted to the process of checking notifications rather than the notifications itself. Well, if you have sympathies for drug addicts, I would like you to take a moment and reflect on these numbers. The UN Office for Crime and Drug estimates that 64 million people in today's time are addicted to drugs. Meanwhile, this number is significantly higher when it comes to social media addictions. We won't even think about it, but 210 million people in today's time are addicted to their social medias. Well, the drug cartel business has been around for centuries, but this new dopamine cartel business seems to be taking over like a new startup, exceeding the numbers by exorbitant rates. Well, I spoke about these tiny little details in the beginning. Well, I was referring to cab drivers speeding through rails while they are driving on the highway. Tell me how many of us really bug up with this specific behavior of them. It's so annoying and it's also like frisking at the same time. The number of mothers and housewives I've met on a day-to-day basis, they all are so consumed in some 5,000 level of Candy Crush. Always stick to their phones all day long. Then these washroom breaks have become longer than ever before and conversations are unfolding through doom scrolling. We are not really into each other's talks anymore. An invisible virus of sorts is spreading and it's changing us for the bad. I don't know how many of us are noticing it, but it's taking over our lives. And there's a term for it. It's called brain rot. Well, it's not a medical term yet, but I wonder for how long is it not going to be a medical term on the basis of how it's affecting our lives on a day-to-day basis. And I also wonder, when was the last time we just sat with the boredom, staring outside the window and just thinking about things?
Well, social media was taking control of my life maybe perhaps 2 years ago. But if you ask me now in 2025, I'm saying no, simply because it's just the same thing over and over again. Of course, I'm talking about my personal accounts and I'm just seeing the same thing over and over again and everybody looks the same, everybody's doing the same thing. In fact, some of the jokes are just being said by different people, so it's just one long flat line.
I'm speaking as a 31-year-old uncle right now that I have gone past my phase of doom scrolling and now I just stare at things and zone out. But I think, yeah, it does play a toll on your mental health and people should try ways to avoid it. This is my uncle advice. But yeah, just live your life, bro. Bye.
So what I personally think of doom scrolling as a concept and brain rot as a concept is it has definitely taken a toll on my attention span personally. Earlier I used to have a very proper schedule of an 8-hour sleep, but ever since COVID especially, my habits have changed where I have to have at least 30 to 45 minutes of phone time before sleeping. 5 to 10 minutes of phone time after waking up. In the train while traveling, I will never look outside. I will just keep on scrolling reels. And in the form of content also, I used to have the attention to watch 1 hour episodes earlier without getting distracted. But now even if I make the resolve to finally start a series with 1 hour episodes, I will take breaks in the middle. I will want to check my phone again and again. So yeah, definitely a huge component of my attention span has personally gone down, and I think that's because of the short form content that I've started consuming. So yeah.
Well, we are losing the ability to be present in the moment. We don't really choose to sit with discomfort or focus on the nuances or details anymore. But I think it's not just about phones or the applications keeping us occupied all the time. It's also our conscious efforts and choices that we make on a day-to-day basis. And I think that's what's scary, because I don't know what we are becoming into. And if this is brain rot for today, I don't know what comes next. But that was my time on today's POV with Pallavi. I would like to leave you with that thought for today. But make sure you give us a thumbs up. Comment down your thoughts below because that's exactly why I'm making this video for. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon. Till then, I'm going to see you in the next episode. Bye.
One World, your station.